do a quick little gardening tip video to show you guys how I train my plants, my tomatoes, my cucumbers to go up trellises, and what type of clips I use to fasten them and train them, as well as some protective measures I use, such as tree netting and other items. So stay tuned. Here's some good tips for you. Some of the trellis aids that I use for training my plants up the trellis system. See the tomatoes right here? I grow them up on a trellis, and I use a clip or several clips to hold the plants onto the trellises. This is one type, and this is another kind right here. It's actually my favorite kind. I use these clips, I reuse them year after year, and what makes this one so great, see right here, is that you just open it up and clip it right onto the stalk and the trellis itself. The other clips are a little bit more complicated, and they are a little bit more brittle. They cost a little less, but they come in a big bag, and if you look at them, I'll get one for you. If you look at them, they clip on like this. They're cool, and they're cheap, and you can get them on Amazon. And that's what I use to train my plants up the trellises. Let me show you how I do that with my cucumber plants. Same thing. The cucumber is a type of a lining plant, and the way I train it up is I start down when they're little, like see right here, and then I just train them to go up my trellis. In fact, this is the first trellis my husband built for me, and he just used conduit and put it together, and then we put wire, well he did, strung wire across. But my favorite trellis, you see, let me find one, is cattle panel. It's pretty reasonable, and you use these little posts to put them on, and they're very sturdy. They are so sturdy that they will hold melons. So that's one little tip that I have. Another tip that I wanted to share, I've talked about it in some of the videos, is that in my garden there's white butterflies, and another pest I have is leaf miners. So I use a material called tulle. It's what bridal veil is made with that. And then I string it over something like this called a gopher cage. But instead of using gopher cage in the ground like they are designed to use, I put it on top of my plants with tulle on top. It protects the little seedlings from leaf miners, from the white caterpillar, the white butterfly that lays caterpillar eggs. And the damage that they make to the plant looks like this. And they can be quite destructive. Usually I go and I check underneath to see if I can see any, and I pick them off by hand. But the perfect remedy is to protect them so they can't even lay the eggs. I do the same thing with my cabbage plant. See the damage that they did? They can be quite destructive. This was a beautiful cabbage when it was growing wonderfully, and then the white butterfly laid a bunch of eggs, and the caterpillar just went havoc on this cabbage. It was doing great before, but... So let me show you how great the trellis, the cattle panel trellis, does for a grapevine. This grapevine, it's only one, but look at all the grapes it's making. Just gorgeous grapes. And this, I didn't even have to train it up with anything, because grapevines produce tendrils. that just hold on to things as it grows. And this little vine right here goes down there, and eventually the tendrils will grab onto something. So those are the few tips that I have. Oh, I almost forgot. Let me show you another one that's kind of cool. I've seen this recently on Facebook where they're selling it now. But I use these type of bags. Hopefully you can see it. Let me get out of the shadow. What they are, they're sold on Amazon as gift bags. And I put them around fruit where pests like birds or rodents try to get my fruit. And they work wonderfully. They're reasonable, they're cheap. I mean, they're selling them now specific as protection for fruit, but you can actually buy them as gift bags. I use them for figs. I use them for tomatoes, apples, wherever I don't want the rodents or pests to eat my fruit. And because they are porous, sunlight goes through them easily, as well as rain. So they work great. And then the last thing I wanted to tell you guys is about netting that I buy for my fruit trees. This is the best netting that I found, reusable every year. And let me show you what that looks like on a tree. Of course, if you have a really big tree, it would be difficult to put it on, but for smaller trees, I'm going to walk you guys over there so I can show you my tree. But for smaller trees that you might grow in a tub, and like the one right here is a white peach, I use this netting on this tree, and it protects my fruit that is ripening. I don't know if you can see any of the fruit. Right there. And then I fasten it below with clips so the squirrels can't get in. So that's just a few tips that I have for you for protecting what you grow. I hope you liked it. You have a good day. If you do like it, please do subscribe or like. I'd love to grow my membership. Have a good day.